There you go. And then start
the meeting. Yeah. Its sign says recording.
off.
On.
Okay.
Red light's on, it must be working.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Hancock County Board of Commissioners to order. Today is August 5th, and the time is 8 a.m. This meeting is being recorded and streamed for public viewing. By participating, you acknowledge that your image, voice, and comments may be captured and made publicly available. This meeting has been properly noticed in accordance with Indiana Code 514.1.5. Let the record show that a quorum of commissioners is present, and the commissioners are open for business. We will proceed with our agenda, but at this time, I invite everybody in attendance to stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll make a motion to recess our meeting for the Drainage Board.
Can we approve?
Second.
Yeah, can we approve our meeting minutes first?
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Our past meeting minutes. And that's the 7/29/2025 meeting minutes.
And there was,
No, just this one.
I make a motion that we approve minutes for 7/29/2025, which was a joint meeting with County Council.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We approve our meeting minutes from our joint Commissioner Council meeting on 7/29/2025 as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. And now
Make a motion to recess our meeting for the Drainage Board meeting.
Second.
moved and seconded. We recess our meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
We'll call to order the July Drainage Board meeting. No,
We're not in August.
August. I even looked at it where it said August. But we need to approve the July minutes in the Thomas Vale, Stansberry, and Schultz hearing minutes, please.
I make a motion to approve the July minutes as presented in the Thomasville, AO, Sandberry, and Schultz hearing minutes.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Claims?
Sure, we can do claims first, and then we'll do table transfers at the end, and then we'll jump around here a little bit depending on who's in the room. So, we'll go for claims. So before you are the claims from July 2nd, July 16th, and then the upcoming claims that we have received so far for tomorrow, August 6th. A number of removing of blockages, log jams, taking care of riprap, looking for tiles, bank stabilizations, leveling spoils, a lot of different things that are in there. So we were a little busy there for different times, getting stuff finalized before coming up, crops come out, and then we'll get back in the fields again for where we're at.
Make a motion to approve claims for 7/2/25, 7/16/25, and those we've received so far for 8/6/2025.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded, we approve claims as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, I want to jump to number 5. So number 5 on your agenda is the Thayer and Thomas regulated drain. On the screen here, I have brought up the area that we're looking at. The petitioner is here. They are petitioning to relocate, reduce, and reconstruct the Thayer Thomas through the Schaefer property, which is at the corner of McKenzie and Meridian Road, northeast corner. They have about, if you follow my arrow here, they have about that much of that property right there, this section here. As you can see, it's not colored in pink. It is not annexed at the moment, but is in the process of being annexed by the city for where it's at. And so they have a petition forward to you for two options that they would like to bring to the board for the drain. There'll be a housing development that comes in here. And we can, after Cheyenne speaks, I can give you a little bit more information on this before we move forward. But Cheyenne, would you like to come on up? State who you are, and we can go from there.
Hi, Cheyenne Hoffa, Entitlements Manager for 4 Star Group. Thank you guys for hearing our petition. Again, I was here last month, so I appreciate your time again. We've got a project, as Chad said, on the corner of, on Meridian and McKenzie. We're under contract for the entirety of the property, but we're partnering with Lark Ranch to for them to expand their business into the northern part of that parcel, and then we'll build a single-family neighborhood with a commercial node at the corner on the southern half of the neighborhood. The kind of dividing line there between those two will be a future extension of McLaren Drive, which is just south of the current junior high. Off of Franklin, there's a piece of that that's built, and we'll extend that over to Meridian Road. This is a little bit different than my petition last month in McCordsville, because this does still serve a few properties that have not yet been annexed, and I understand that that's typically a pinch point for you guys. You don't typically want to allow these legal drains to go into the developed system if they still serve properties that have not yet been annexed. But this legal drain does impact our site a little bit more than the one in McCordsville, where it goes through areas that we definitely plan to develop. So it'll be an expensive move for us to relocate it. We'd prefer to run it through the system. I have a letter. I've been talking with Glenn Morrow from the city of Greenfield, and he is positive and accepting of us running that through his storm system, if you guys would so see that fit. So option one is an option to run the current 12-inch clay tile into a 15-inch pipe currently, or it's currently a 12-inch, run it into a 15-inch reinforced concrete pipe at McLaren Drive, go through our storm system and outlet at its current location. The secondary option is to run it around our development, run it on the north side of future McLaren Drive, and then down south on Meridian. I'm open to answering questions. I know Chad has been super helpful as well, giving me some information to help make this comprehensive for you guys. But
In your packet there, the pages there towards the back are the second and third to final pages, are the third and fourth final pages, no, fifth and sixth final pages, I guess, but are the proposes. Exhibit 2, it says, is option 1. As Cheyenne said, they would like to, as the orange shows, to run it alongside the north and then dump it into their pond, and then go out that way. So that would be maintained by the city of Greenfield. And the other option is to relocate it around the site, which would still maintain for county control, but to reduce the easement that is there. As Cheyenne said, as has been information from the board before, these 3 pieces of property up here along New Road are the last 3 pieces of property on this in this watershed that are not controlled by the city. So these are still county properties that are up here. I have not received anything from the city of them intending to, in the immediate near future. I imagine down the line they are looking to, but there is no plans in the immediate near future to annex these properties. So we would have 3 county pieces of property that would be running into a drain that would be you wouldn't have control over the drain as it ran through this portion of the development here. So in the past, the board has said if there is any properties that are still not annexed by the city, they want to maintain control, which would be option 2. If you're okay with the city maintaining it through there, then that would be option 1. And so those are the proposals that have been put forth for what they have. So any questions?
Do you have a professional position on this?
Well, from my standpoint, as it runs through, the board has always liked to, since you have pieces of property that are on the north end, to maintain that. That gives those county people voice. We've had that issue on the other side of 70 when we did with the pots at different times and different things, just making sure that these people were heard if there is a drainage issue. That's why the county has maintained control on a ditch as it runs through there. So that's from that standpoint. I have no problems with the actual numbers or the way that the drain would be run through the city or run through their structures for where they're at. I know from a development standpoint, it is more beneficial to the developer because it costs less to run a separate pipe around, and it's easier. And in the long run, ultimately, down the road, right, for the city, it would be a whole lot easier for them to have one pipe than to have two separate pipes. But we also have to think about the landowners to the north that.
But if they moved it up to the north, wouldn't that change the flow of it?
No, you can still make sure that you run your grades so that it'll work. There's not a lot of grade in them to begin with anyways.
I think efficiency-wise, it'd be run through it. I don't know about you guys.
So we're looking only at two options, the one of going through the pond or going around.
Well, I don't know. The only third option is leaving it in place. I mean, I don't know what else you would do with it.
So we would vacate the existing pipe that's going under all the houses and everything?
So what would happen is, so in their development, if you look on your piece of paper there, it would, yes, you would vacate that portion it would be a relocation. So that portion would be underneath there would be destroyed. Either option, the portion that runs underneath the houses would be destroyed.
Okay, so if we go around, it's still ours. If we go through, it's theirs.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Correct. And with either option, they would like to reduce the easement. And we do that with developments anyways, because now it's different, right? You're not in a farm.
We don't always do that with developments.
Most times when we relocate it, we will shrink it down to 35 or 40 feet, just because when you're dealing with a new pipe of what you're dealing with, and you know where it's at, it's a lot easier to
So they want to
maintain.
go 35 total?
30 total.
15 feet on both sides?
Both sides, yes. Which in most subdivisions, that's what almost all pipe is as you run through there. And if we were to continue to keep it, there is no, you're on the backside of the road on the one side, and on the other side, you're in the easement of the road on the other side. So you're not dealing with any houses in that portion as it comes through.
Do we need two motions here?
Well, one will
Reconstruct and one to reduce easement?
yes, you will have to do, relocation, reduction, and it'd be a relocation and reconstruction first. Those go together, if I remember correct, right, Steve? Relocation and reconstruction go together.
It's just one term, reconstruction,
Okay.
when you relocate.
Yeah, we're relocating when we reconstruct it. And then you have to have a second motion for a reduction of the easement. So the question is whether you want to maintain control of the drain as it runs through there, or allow the city to have, because right now you have the entire drain. Okay, so this would be a portion of this in the middle during this development that you wouldn't control. You would control everything from where it outlets at the right array of the road all the way to where it connects to W.F. Wilson, south of 100 South. And you would still control everything north as it continues to go up by the ball fields, behind the junior high, up and around. But you would not have control over the portion in the middle.
I got a question. Is there anything else feeding that pond?
Yeah, that pond is a portion of the subdivision.
It's drainage.
So everything so they would size the pond based upon the watershed of the tile coming in, along with all the road and everything that's there for the city.
I think it'd be more beneficial to put it in that pond, simply because I've got a pond right now that I oversee, and during the summer, that thing it just almost empties.
But we lose control of it if you put it through the pond.
Yeah.
That's the That's where I sit
this is
too. I
currently
think
in
we
the
want to
process of being
maintain the
annexed.
control
Okay.
of
It
it
is
so
in the process
we
of
can give
being
our
annexed by the city.
constituents.
I'm not worried about their
Found
pond.
all to the city of Greenfield.
Yes, so there's a letter in here from the city of Greenfield from the, right after these
Keep it
two
under
things from
county
the city
control.
engineer, for Greg Morrow,
It does
who
make
is
it- it
in
makes
favor
it sense from
of it going
efficiency
into their
standpoint
system.
to Put it in the pond, but from
So,
making the.
I have another question about the development. Trying to look at this. To the north, when we run along the north edge of that subdivision, is there a street between the drain and the houses? Is that a street right there?
Right here.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be that extension of McLaren Drive.
Okay, I can't read the right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That is pretty small.
That's on the school property, isn't it?
Yep, and we'll extend that
Yeah.
through our property over to,
I guess my question would be, if we reduce easement, then people start building stuff out there, but it's on the other side of the street.
Right,
Okay.
right.
And what is to the north? I forget their names.
So
What
right
are they-
now-
What is their plans
Lark
there?
Ranch.
Right now to the north, they are under, well, I can let you talk
yeah,
about it.
it's,
There you go.
where the northern portion, we're working with Lark Ranch. They're gonna extend their operation, so we're working to annex this, rezone our portion to PUD, rezone their portion to business park, which is just kind of what they've been zoned, it kind of doesn't fit, but their plans, they don't have anything planned for the immediate future. Later on, they're thinking winery, kind of urban vines-esque area, but that is way off in the future. They're really just looking kind of for a buffer of their current operations.
Okay.
But yep, that's their current.
And I have talked to the gentleman from Lark Ranch, and he understands that anything he does on this end that is north, that shaded area that's to the north, he would have to do something with the tile in that spot. Like, he still has a 75-foot easement that's through there. So he would either have to ask to come here to move it on his site, or to turn around and stay out of that 75-foot easement, or what.
And if he sells it for development, you're comfortable with 30 feet working on that ditch?
Well, they sell it for, on that side, they would have, yeah, because it'll be just a new 15-inch tile that's running through there. It's just like we run on the other side. The question is whether or not, of which option, I guess, you have the three options that you want to do, right? You could leave it as it is and say no. Say, I like their first option, let's run it through the city. They can do that, you lose control. I guess we'd have to vacate it then at that point as well, through that point. So it would go through the city, relocate it to go through there. Or three, say, no, we just like to relocate it and reduce the easement, or relocate it around so it stays in our control for where it's at.
So do we need a motion for Plan A, and we vote that, or Plan B?
Like, I can read you the factors on the relocation here. So you can do this without a public hearing because it's a relocation of a drain on site that's owned by one owner, and you've got a letter from the personal representative of the estate of Wanda.
Yes, Wanda Schaefer.
Whomever is the owner.
Yep.
So in order to
Schaefer.
do that, the specifications of the project have been approved by the county surveyor. The person who owns the property on which the reconstruction will occur will pay for the entire cost. The county surveyor has investigated whether the owner of any land in the watershed will be adversely affected by the changes, and the board finds that no owner will be adversely affected. And then you would vote at a public meeting. Those are the factors you consider if you want to relocate it. Then the easement would be a separate motion. You would just references on the.
Understand that, but how would we go about deciding A or B? In a discussion here, or do we need to vote on A and vote on
It
B?
would be a discussion, and a motion, and then whatever.
I feel I can answer your question. It's a county drain, so if they need to drain their pond, they hook onto the drain. We don't have to go through the pond to drain. Control there. We keep control. They get to drain if they need it. I mean, like everybody else. So we don't want to lose control until it's all annexed.
Right, so the people upstream still have.
And we can drain that, we can assist in draining that pond if they want to hook onto it, right?
Correct, yes. They come to my office for that. So, yes, and that'll be,
That would appear a problem down the road of that pond overflowing. They use the county drain.
So option 2 is the Do you need a motion then that, I would make a motion then based on the information provided by the surveyor that we accept the proposed easement relocation option number 2 as presented.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the relocation of the Thayer Thomas Regulated Schaefer Farms Meridian Road and Mackenzie Road drain as presented in option 2.
And will
All
they have
those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, now question for you. In the option, it says to reduce the easement as well. So does that cover that, or do they have to, they'll have to do the reduction of the easement as well if they want to reduce the easement? The only issue that you run into once you move a drain, if you don't reduce the easement, now you've put that easement over onto landowners across the road who it's not originally on. So what I'm saying is, if you relocate it, like in the drawing, closer to the road, right? That 75 foot then now runs with that drain. So now that is across the road onto the property on the west side.
That portion, if you're not going to reduce the easement, then I don't think we can do this.
Correct. You would have to almost reduce these, because if not, you're putting that, you're putting an extra easement upon a landowner on that side. Does that make sense?
Well, how would the easement, the landowner to the west is the county, the road, right?
Yeah, but the road's not 75 feet.
What
So,
I'm saying, so if we didn't reduce that, they would have to move it into their property.
Self wouldn't.
wherever the
Shift to
tile,
the-
We can't do it right here. We'd have to have a public hearing and provide notice to
wherever,
that
wherever the
landowner.
drain moves to, that's what the easement moves with. So if the tile is moved over, right, if it's moved over, then it would have to, if it's moved to its proposed location, then that 75 foot would go with that drain that's there. If you have to keep that 75 foot easement just on that lot, then that tile would have to move probably 40 feet, or
Right.
50 feet back in this way, which is not where that option is.
So I guess with that information.
Yeah,
If you're
that
gonna
was
not
kind of,
reduce
that was
easement,
kind of, you put us in a
can't do what
trick
we
back
just
there.
I'm sorry, that's sorry. Right.
Kind of forced our hand there.
No, that's okay. I'm just, what I'm saying is, I'm sorry. Yes, so from that standpoint of, if you're, and I just thought of that, so I apologize for that. But yes, if you're going to relocate it, you have to make sure that you almost have to reduce the easement on that side.
So you don't almost have to, you
Yes,
have to.
yes.
Which I was okay with reducing the easement, but I hate being forced into it.
Don't think of it that way.
Well, give me a minute then.
Okay.
Keep control of it.
Right, until everything's,
So the question is, is that the reduction in easement proposed? Do you feel like you have adequate room
Yes.
to work in there?
Yes.
That's really what you've got to consider, is whether or not he's got that.
And the
Reduction
area,
amount is how much?
it'll go down to 30
foot.
feet, 15 feet on each side of the tile, which is fine in a development like this, especially since that'll be a common area on that side with the road on the other side. There's plenty of room to work, especially for the tile that's in there. It's a new tile. It'll be easy.
We put a standard county hold harmless with it, but if they do anything outside of the 15 feet on either side, then
Right.
we have to pay for it. If they tear anything up,
Right, apart.
that's the problem. But let's face it, brand new 15-inch tile. Next, probably before our term's up. So we need a motion to reduce the easement.
I'd make a motion that we allow the reduced easement 30 feet.
Yeah, but do you want the county hold harmless?
Yes.
County hold harmless.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded, we reduce the easement on the Thayer Thomas regulated drain at Schaefer Farms on Meridian Road to a 30-foot easement after the relocation with the standard county hold harmless. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes.
And I apologize for that. I should have did that. We'll remedy that here in a second.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's go to number 6, since we're in that vein right now. Cursor here. So this is Fugate's minor sub, or major sub. This is 234, just east of Fortville Pike. Peter Thomas Arm of the Cal Jackson watershed of the Dan Jackson. All right, so we'll do this one. So this is a major subdivision. There are 3 lots, the main over here, a lot here, and a lot here. This comes north off of 234. Our drain runs diagonally through the middle of that lot. Mr. Federici would like to build a house there on that lot. What he is proposing is to relocate this drain from the center to the side. Right now it is N12, so it is plastic pipe right now, 15-inch, that runs through there. So what he would like to do, there's a manhole here at the southwest corner, and a manhole, it's actually about right here, it's on his property, in the northeast corner. He would like to take it and run it along the edges this way.
I'm sorry, what size is he willing to go to?
It's a 15 right now, so he's
Keep it at 15?
keeping a 15.
Okay.
For what's there. And his drawing, I think, is in your packet there, and I have it over here on this side of the drawing screen here. So what he would like to do is move it that way. In that vein, he would like to reduce the easement of that, so that way he wants to run it 10 feet off of the property line on this side. So it would be a 10-foot easement on this side of the tile, and then a 35-foot easement on the inside of the tile. So a total of a 45-foot easement. To allow us to work on it. So also, so the tile, the easement doesn't go onto the landowner to the west or the 2 landowners on the south. So it would give us a 45-foot easement through this lot to work on that 15-inch tile as it comes through here. Obviously, it'll be a brand new tile as it's running through. He's also going to put a structure in this corner. So it'll be structure to structure to structure. So that way he can not just put a house here, but also to maybe put a barn or something in this area. The number of issues that came up with this lot, even when we went through the area we're at, originally it was designed to have a septic up here, along with a house here, which really puts really tight here to tie in. The problem was the way they had to put their well didn't allow their septic to go here, so now the septic will have to go down here, and then you'd have to run the septic through our tile to their house and then back to our tile, which you can't do. So that wouldn't work. So Mr. Federici would like to reduce the easement, start with that, 10 feet on the east or on the west and south sides, 35 feet to 35 feet on the east and north sides.
We got to relocate it first, then we got to reduce the easement.
Well, I'm just letting you know that if you relocate it, your easement will have to move.
So here's my question. How many other drains do we have where the ditch is not in the center of the easement?
Well, that all depends on if you're talking about ones that we've created or ones that are there to begin with. Because sometimes when a developer builds a subdivision, right, they initiate that they want their tile to be in the center of that easement. When the guy actually goes out and builds that subdivision, sometimes that tile is in the middle of that easement. Sometimes it's off-centered in that easement. And so we do have a number of them, and 10 feet gives us enough room to sit, if I had to put even a big excavator, to put the one tracks on one side and then work on this side. Okay. So it keeps it away from where it's at. But yes, it does happen a lot of times because the plat gets recorded first, and then infrastructure gets put in second. And then as they put it in, whether they actually put it exactly where they have designed it or they don't. So there are instances, I have some older subdivisions where I have a 15-foot easement and my tile is sitting on the line. Very end of the easement. So, I mean, that's just how it works sometimes for where it's at. So, so yes, this would be a unique situation that the tile is not centered on the easement, but I think there's enough room, especially with the 35 foot on the other side and the 10 feet on this side, to allow that to work. So, but I wanted to be upfront with you here first that you would have to, if you are going to allow him to relocate it, the easement would also have to be moved and to be reduced to work through there.
So same thing we just did.
It would be the same thing you just did, correct, except for the difference in the easement would be 15 feet or 10 feet on the west and south sides and 35 feet on the north and the east sides.
And you can work effectively in it.
Yes, yeah, that gives me 45 feet to work. I have plenty of room to work with a 15-inch tile. Yep.
Plus the bigger side where he's gonna do most of the work is on the landowner's want to do this. So if he puts anything in there and the Stanley County hold harmless, he'll have to pay for it.
Right.
It's those same factors that I rambled on.
Right.
We have a motion?
So we need a motion to reroute the drain,
Relocate.
relocate it.
Relocate
This is all on one property owner.
This is all one property owner as well.
construction, yeah.
I would make a motion then that we approve the relocation of the Peter Thomas regulated drain on the minor subdivision lot 1 location as presented
County hold harmless.
with the standard county hold harmless added to that.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. We approve the relocation of the Peter Thomas arm of the Cal Jackson drain. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
So just one more point, since this is a platted subdivision, you can reduce the easement to no less than 7 feet on one side.
Okay.
That 15 feet number you've heard me say before, is in a platted area, a field.
Right.
That's the minimum, but you can go less than that since it's a platted subdivision, so.
And you're
Still
one,
got 3 feet of wiggle room on that one side.
Yeah, so the 10 feet will work.
I make a motion to reduce the easement of the Peter Thomas ditch to 10 feet on one side and 35 feet on the other. Is that right? Okay. As presented with the county hold harmless.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. We reduce a section of the Peter Thomas drain to 35 feet, 10 on one side,
No, 35 on
10
one
on
side.
one side, 35 on the other, a total of 45. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
All right. Any people here from Cranberry? No. Okay. So this one's a little new. So let's start with what we have first. So on the screen there is the code 36927-.4. Removal of obstructions in a mutual drain. So what has happened is this is Cranberry. So if we come back Cranberry here down Forest Lane. So the The red lines in there are tiles that we have that are regulated drains that are in Cranberry. There is a mutual drain. There is a drain that was there in Cranberry before they built the subdivision. And for some unbelievable reason, when Mr. Ricks built that subdivision, he never hit this tile.
And it's in the woods?
So it starts down here at the bottom. There's an old pond back here in the corner. All right, back here in this corner. So this tile actually runs through this gentleman's property, this way, comes underneath the road, runs behind these people's property, goes through here, and then goes north. I will tell you, in 2006, this was brought before the board because that's when the tile was found, because there was water that was coming into these people's yards. There's plenty of minutes on it from the drainage board. They could not figure out exactly where this tile goes to. It drains out. It goes somewhere. They put dye in it. They put all kinds of things in it. Eventually, it probably ties into this drain up here, into the Wicker Dorm, somewhere. Don't know where. But eventually it gets up there because the water gets away. Or Mr. Ricks tied into it somewhere in here and it gets out. Don't know. In 2006, in this area here, because of the amount of water and things that we're going through here, it was agreed upon by the drainage board and the people that lived here. There was a structure put in here with a pump to allow them to put a pump in there to grab that water, put it up to this structure up here on the street at Mr. Wagner's here, or Mr. Masters, to come up here to the corner and then go into the Cranberry system to go out, okay, whenever they get excesses of rains. We all know at Cranberry it has issues anyways, a lot of different things, but that allows that to get there. Since that time, there has been, I got a call from the people that lived here, Mr. Thompson, the people that live on this side, that Mr. Masters has on this end of this drain put another riser there, and there is a gate valve that he has put in there to stop the water at that point and not allow it to go this way until this drains out, which ends up backing water up on the people that are here.
So he put a gate valve before the structure where the pump's at?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So really this side of his property stays dry. Usually when these issues occur, this is the first one I've brought to this board. So we have them all the time throughout the county. Usually at this point, I go out and talk to each set of landowners, get the information, figure out what's going on. A lot of times the person who creates an obstruction or there's one on their property, they take care of it and we move down the road. As you will see in your packet there, the letter here from the Thompsons and the people who are south of them, the Hummels, Camerons, the Wrights, Dickmans, all the people south of them. There has been numerous conversations with Mr. Masters about this valve that is there. They are claiming that at different times he will shut that valve. I went and talked to Mr. Masters. He claims that he does not shut that valve. So they are at an impasse. Mr. Masters doesn't want to do anything with the valve. These people are saying, hey, that valve was put there and it shouldn't be there anyways. Whether he's closing it or not closing it, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be there. So pursuant to the code, I went out and investigated all that. They are petitioning the board for you guys to set a hearing to determine what to do with that valve on that mutual drain. So instead of going to a court, they have the option, because it is a mutual drain, to bring that to the drainage board to allow them to look at it from what standpoint. So I can't verify that, you know, Mr. Masters has closed that valve or not closed that valve. Mr. Thompson has video of, he said he walked up and opened the valve and shows the water going down. He doesn't have a video of him actually opening the valve, but he has a video of, after he did that, that water taking away. So they would just like it to be removed. So they would like to have a hearing before the drainage board with Mr. Masters so that you guys can decide what is the best course of action going forward. So I brought up the thing here, and I don't know if that's good or not, Steve. Here's there's the petition, and then they have 30 days. We have to set a hearing date, and then they have a thing. It never says that my report has to be in writing, which I can do, but.
Well, he's researching that. So obviously, you can't obstruct natural flow of water
Or a mutual drain.
or a mutual drain. So we prove that he's put it in, we prove that he's shutting the valve.
Correct.
What authority do we have if he does not comply, he can't let us on there to take the valve out? What authority do we have as a drainage board?
We don't prove anything. We hear testimony and evidence. You act in a quasi judicial function.
Right.
And then you can order obstructions removed, you can assess fines, you can assess damages. My concern with this says there was drainage board approval in 2006.
Not for that. It was for the structure to the north. So there's two structures here. So the structure on the north side of Mr. Masters' property is where they put the sump pit in.
And this is a mutual drain. This is not a regulated drain.
Correct.
The drainage board shouldn't really have.
Well, the drainage board decided that for the landowners that were there, for some wanted something put there and some didn't want something put there.
Probably needed to take a look at what occurred back in 2000, because it alleges multiple actions by past surveyors.
Correct. And it's all there.
I need to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's all there. Yeah, we looked at all that. It's all there. And I've talked to Susan. Fortunately, this was part of that 3 or 4 years that I wasn't here, so I don't have any firsthand knowledge of it. But that's where it's at. But from the other standpoint of what Eric is asking, in the code, it says that you have, the right to, once you get to that point, as you further along, once you find, however you find, you can either have all the landowners pay for it, have the petitioner pay for it, have the other person pay for it, who created the obstruction. Steve will have to look in to see where the teeth is in that. I mean, it's in the code. So I imagine there are steps that are from that standpoint, but the first thing is there has to be a hearing set on that from that standpoint to notify everybody that it will be heard before the drainage board. Am I correct with that?
So, and you're wanting us to come up with a date? Is that what you're
So I
wanting?
think that's the next step, for us to come up with a date, and then,
Is that an evening meeting, or can it be during the regular?
My advice would be on something like this, it would be an evening meeting.
Okay.
same things, it would have to be 30 days.
We're kind of handcuffed here because it can't be any shorter than 30 days, but it can't be any longer than 90.
Okay.
So you're almost looking at the October 7th, if you want to do it the evening of that drainage board. Or unless you want a different date other than the night that you're
October
already.
7th?
Correct, because you're past the 30 days to get to the September 2nd one. So you could do it anytime after September 2nd. Well, it'd be September 5th, I think it is now, or 4th, would be your 30 days. I mean, you can do it anytime in the evening between the 4th and, I was just giving you your next date is October 7th is when you're here, but
Be lucky to make the day one.
On the 7th.
Maybe Steve will be back.
But if you don't do it during the day, like Steve said, I would probably say because it's between landowners, you want to make sure that they're out of work and able to be here.
Notice requirements are going to be a little bit, everybody in this mutual drain watershed that we're not even 100% sure.
What it is.
What-
correct.
Wait a minute, that answers the question. If it's in the watershed,
But it's not a watershed like a regulated drain
Correct.
watershed. It's a mutual drain that's not even, he's going to have to investigate that and determine who needs notice.
Right.
Because it's just a mutual drain, so who, it's not a regulated drain question where there's an assessment.
I'll have a conflict of interest if it has to do with the whole watershed.
Well, that may
Correct.
fines.
Anyway. Or to be everybody that's just downstream of the obstruction.
It's all new territory. So
Right. Right. That's
And
what I
even
said.
if
This
Steve
is
isn't
brand
back,
new.
we'd still have corn.
Yeah.
Right.
So an October day will give you guys enough time to do your
probably,
research.
probably closer to the end of that 90 days for his.
Evening of October 7th, is that what you're thinking?
What time? 6 o'clock?
I'm free that day.
What time?
Formally do
6:30.
6:30.
Yes, you will need a formal motion setting that hearing.
I'll make a motion, we approve a drainage board hearing
Call this the Cranberry Mutual Drain.
for the Cranberry mutual drain issue for October 7th at 6:30 PM in the Commissioners meeting room.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded that we approve a scheduled hearing for the Cranberry Drain as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
And let us also look to make sure that is the week of October 7th, so that's a week after Riley Day.
Yes.
So we should be good. So there we won't be setting up in here. So that'll be the week after Riley Day. Okay. That was the only, not just off my head, if it's the week before Riley Days, which traditionally it is, then we're in a bad spot. Okay. All right. Number 3, table transfers. So we finally got the spring settlement all collected and figured out and for where they're at. So in the paperwork that you have there, these are drains that are owed money, everything in red as it goes down through. As you see, the total is $265,903.17. The current balance of each drain as it currently sits is on the left-hand side. The annual collection is in the middle, so we will still have another half of that amount for each of those that will come into that drain this year. So the column after the red column, after the amount owed, the payback amount, is the amount we are proposing to transfer from those funds back into the amount that's owed for them. And then the last column will be how much will be remained in each of the drains. The 5 drains that have blue will have their amounts completely taken care of. So they will be back in the black for where they are. The other ones, there are a couple that will be close. I just want to make sure that there's enough money in there if something were to happen and we had to run back out there to do something that we didn't add more to the debt. But there will be a couple more in the fall, which will actually be probably in the spring of next year when we do the other one, for when we do that payback for where it's at. So the ones that are really high compared to where they at, Cooley was just put on. So that's understandable. We knew that one. There was 2 major things that had to be done on there, and we had some issues with the Cooley to begin with, but there are, that is a drain that we had 2 big things to do on that one when we did it. The other one that is really large, that is compared to its thing, the Pratt is working its way out, and then Sunset Manor on the last page, that's also a brand new drain that is just coming in, and Sweet Creek Woods is almost paid off. So there are some that it will just take a little bit of time to get them done, but they are working towards them. So any questions on any of the payback? The Lance Caraway actually in the middle, once we start collecting on it, will actually go away. But right now, the ones in the middle are ones that don't have any money to them. Those are ones that we're working on right now. That's the group I told you, along with other ones that we have as regulated drains, but there is no assessment for it. But as you can see on some of those, throughout time, there has been money that has been spent on them by the surveyor's office, and we have money to spend on them. So we will have to do something with those at that point. But we are working on the other as well. I should have something to you by September to start with some of the vacations I think we're going to start with on that. But this is the settlement. Any questions on the settlement as we look to work that back? Any questions on what it is or the amounts that are looking to be put back at?
So you just need a motion to approve this?
Yep.
I'll make a motion, we approve the table of transfers after 2025 spring settlement as presented by the surveyor.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. We approve the table of transfers as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
A couple of other things. Just a reminder that next month's drainage board, September 6th, I believe it is, there we have the hearing also that morning on the reconstruction for the Lance Caraway along the road. Those notices were sent out last week. That will be funded by the highway as we go down through there. We are going to replace the size in kind. It is an 18 that runs through there. And we're gonna move it over about 5 feet to get it out of the closest to the road. But it is, doesn't have a lot of cover in certain spots. So it's where it's at. So it's gonna have about 2 foot of cover in certain spots. So just the way it runs through there. But that is for where that's at. The George Willis Parker is moving along for their the survey and the watershed, looking to do that for that reconstruction that we will have to do at some point. The other item that I wanted to bring up is my recommendation. So we were doing a study also on the John Steele drain, which was approved. That was we were looking at doing one, decided to hold it off, and actually jumped it into high gear when the data center was coming through. But that's also an area that at some point is going to be developed. And so Burke has done about somewhere between a third, almost to a half of the information that we needed them to do with it. And so my recommendation is to continue to go along with that, to finish that, so that way it's in place for whenever that gets, whether it gets developed as residential, whether it gets developed at whatever. There are plenty of issues that are there that needs to get done. So just my recommendation to continue that along for where it's at. We've already made the motion to move it along for where it was at. So I just wanted to keep you informed of that. Unless the board has a different idea, because we already have about half the data of everything that we need for what we're going to do for that. I think that is all that I have. Do you have any questions for me?
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. We adjourn the meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Meeting adjourned.
And we will be putting, I guess the other point of notice is we will be putting a thing in the paper this weekend for the first set of bids for the Thomasville arm along the cemetery. Since that made it through, to send out the contractors, hopefully to start working on that this fall.
Anything to sign?
That was quick.
And got places to go.
I wish I could stay with you guys and help, but I
Oh,
gotta
I'm sure
go.
you do.
Long agenda this month? I didn't think ours was either, but here we are now.
Those were actually approved.
Yeah. Well,
We won't start, we'll let everybody get settled in, so whatever you need, yeah.
Maury.
You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Always.
Did it work for you?
There we go.
Like everything in the world, it's usually much ado about nothing.
How we doing?
Good.
Take care.
But it was still dated. She, 2008 she started.
You're welcome.
That's what we, trouble is in this quasi judicial.
You guys need a
So
break?
if you need a, yeah, go right ahead. No, yeah, don't know.
Okay.
I might probably do the same thing, run real quick and
Yeah.
let everybody get into position.
Before it happened, does the gentleman?
Talk to him again today.
You're fine. Sarah's not even in here.
Well, it's not even
I forgot to poke out the door and tell her that you guys were done.
Are we monitoring that?
Da, 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 da. Just so everybody knows who to holler at. Gary, you don't have your name playing out either.
Mine's probably down here.
On recording. So.
No, mine's hid right now, so where'd it go? Oh, okay. Well, I figured it was down there complaining.
75 East and Morristown Pike. This is for a series of signs and other installations we put in out there. Small project.
Okay, make a motion to approve project DES numbers 2401527. As presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the Hancock County road plans for County Road 575 East to Morristown Pike, DES number 2401527 as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Bridge 146, this is the bridge by Zion. It's stable enough for now, but it will be closed in the winter after we're done with all my shindig on 600 West. We already have enough party going on out there. CSX closed 700 West. That was a surprise for everybody, so that was a good time. I think we got people moving around the area now better, so, but I'm gonna have them hold off on that bridge until winter when we get 6 West, more two-way traffic on that. So thanks to the people out there. Thanks to my wife driving around it. Thanks for the Sugar Creek Fire Department guys that live in my neighborhood. They get the longest commute, second to my wife. So we'll get there. We're stripping out the other side of 6 West right now. Should get pavement down there and get it up to open the two-way November, December-ish. So
The roundabout's functioning well out there right now. So
oh yeah, I'm
working well.
I don't miss those long queues of traffic at 3 South and 6 West. We had a lot of, well, they can tell you about, we had a lot of injuries and stuff there, so that won't happen anymore. But I'll be really happy once it's back to two-way. We'll just suffer through until we get there. They're doing a mock RCI. So right now, NDOT's tied up in a lawsuit over 6 East and US 40. The fatality out there. You probably see it on some of our tort. We're rolled into it as well. We don't have anything to do with state intersections, so we won't be part of that tort because we don't do anything with state intersections. But so it's reinvigorated the RCI. They had a study that showed it had reduced accidents, whatnot. There was a couple fatal accidents, so obviously people are like sharks on that. So on the 15th, if you're curious what RCI looks like and how it functions, the rest area in I-70, they're going to do some public running through the RCI. They may also, because there's already left turns, even some of my own guys use those left turns when they can't get across. They'll take a right and then go through the median turn. They're gonna maybe do some mock setup of that as well. So on the 15th, that'll be happening out the rest area. And if anybody in the public's interested, you can go there too, give it a shot. Microsurfacing, Mike's got that. Well, it's been on the rain. Mr. Rawlins has got that firing up here Wednesday. We've got a lot this year. We've got $3 million for the microsurface. So you're going to see a microsurface and thermoplastic throughout the county. The plan sheet you just signed will have some of it as well going out there. So they will be busy. They'll be out there. Microsurface takes about 2-3 days to get done. They can generally have traffic. It's kind of interrupted during it, but the road's pretty usable. But during the day when they're microsurfacing, people want to stay clear of the area. The contractors do their best to try to notify folks. Greenfield's closed Meridian Road. So that's another closure that's going on right now. They're making pretty good progress on that. The county, we dedicated some boxes that we recycled and some expertise, so they're getting that done for dirt cheap. So, but they should also be able to do it pretty quick because those boxes are precast. They don't have to wait for anything to cure or anything. So Mr. Moreau, the Greenfield engineer, is the head guy on that, so. But it does affect us to an extent. I'm still keeping an eye on the short funds and RDC Bridge and Cume Cap. Ms. Scheidler and I are working on that, a couple grants and trying some cost-saving stuff. It's not a guarantee. I'm confident we can get it all taken care of, but I can't tell you it's taken care of until it's taken care of. So I'm just letting you know it's still on the, that's a warning. It's the radar. That's something we got to keep our eye on until we get it resolved. We got 4 RFPs out. I see a lot of consultants here. I'd like to thank all of them for applying. We had an incredible amount of interest in our stuff. We had 14 LOIs on one of them. In my 20-year career, I've never had that many on one. Our consultants are good people. I think we're a decent client, and it shows that we're trying to work together. Unfortunately, there'll be 13 great consultants that won't get selected, but Ann and I hope to have that finished up today, the additions on that. Jack and Sons, I'm sending an appraiser out there to get that done. Then I'll let you know how that comes back. And then the commissioners have to work with the mayor on if they want to take any further action on that or not. I'm asking for permission. I'll need a approval for this. I'll need a motion for this to approve to buy a mowing trailer. I'm going full bore on mowing right now. A lot of my corners and stuff make me nervous, too much vegetation up there. So I need some more mobility on the mower. So I need a trailer to haul another mower. It's about $5,000 little trailer to haul it. So I need approval to buy that. And then the semi-tractor is coming in. We've already approved this on the thing, but being I have you here, I don't want to hunt down the meeting minutes. If you could approve the purchase of the semi-tractor, this is also coming in next week.
I'd make a motion, we approve County Highway to purchase the mowing trailer. 5,000
It'd be less than $5,000 as a 2025 Gator Made.
in an amount not to exceed $5,000 a 2020 county engineer.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the purchase of a new trailer in an amount less than $5,000. It's a 2025 Gator Made trailer as requested by the county highway engineer out of the county highway funds, county highway funds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And you still need one for the
semi-tractor.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of a semi-tractor not to exceed $140,000, a 2026 Freightliner as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the county highway to purchase a semi-tractor in an amount not to exceed $140,000, a 2026 Freightliner as presented by the county highway engineer. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And Scott, for you, that the Freightliner was publicly bid in the fall. So that was where that was. So even though it's over 50,000, we did do a public bid on that. So it's just arriving now.
Out of the same funds, the county highway engineering funds will pay for that.
Yep. So we're having a big huddle with Paul and my superintendent and my foreman and I. We're going to meet and we're going to talk about a bunch of big things. Things are in good shape, but we need to lay out our next 8-year plan together. There's some things we need to figure out our capital improvement stuff. We're running a lot of things like our distributor's 25 years old. It's giving us all sorts of grief. We want to recalibrate that, make sure we're buying the right things at the right time. We don't want to get into a point where we're asking for a big bond to buy a bunch of equipment. We're trying to spread it out because we might as well buy the equipment and not pay for interest. So I think if we keep up, then we won't have to. Typically, a highway department will just run all their stuff in the ground, take a $5 million bond to buy equipment. I don't want to do that. I just want to keep buying it as we go so we don't have to pay the 5% interest. The taxpayer doesn't get anything out of the interest. They get stuff out of the equipment. So we're realigning that. Price and labor numbers, we're going to update our price and labor on paving and chipping, make sure we're calibrated on that. We're going to be updating our roads and the road maintenance system, making sure that we are doing the best maintenance we can for the money, keep people. We're not looking for pretty, but we are keeping the potholes away. We want people not to have damage to their vehicle and not to have damage to their body. That's our big goal. So we're trying to make sure we're doing that in an efficient manner. And that's about it. We're going to talk about mowing a little bit. I'm figuring out a way I can add more mowing. It's tricky though, because we got a certain amount of people and a certain amount of equipment. So we're going to talk about mowing again. I don't know if it's a problem or not. That's the thing. Nothing's screaming at me it's a problem. That doesn't mean it might not be. So I'm trying to look at it and see. The farmers help a lot. I'm just making sure that we don't get in a position where we have vegetation causing hazards throughout the county. This time of year, there's always vegetation hazards, but I'm just seeing,
It's been a little more so this year
it
because
was
of
really
the
hot
amount
and
of
really wet, so.
rain we've had too. Usually we're in a dry spell where you go 3 or so weeks without rain.
Yeah, so it's been, stuff's growing. We're gonna have a great corn yield this year. HCSS, Miriam's working on that, so all that stuff's moving through. We're still in the same boat. The feds are a little slow with their money, so let's see, we're gonna see what happens. Amplify, Ryan has met with the people out there, so my team is on that, and those pipes should be going in here soon. I know they had a meeting with Mr. Eckhoff's been very amicable. I think they have everything worked out. We should be putting pipe in the ground soon and putting into the drainage problems out there, so. Well, we're dealing with the drainage problems, but it's costing money. It'll stop the bleed, so. The team's holding up well. They had a really tough, hot week a couple weeks ago. Production was a little bit down. That's understandable, but we didn't have to get hurt. Stuff still got done. We're catching right back up. We're a little bit ahead, so though I do hate to see rain out there right now. We have stuff we need to get done. We're really busy this time of year. Well, you'll see that in your bills. We'll be spending millions each month. Barring that, that's all I have. Barring any questions?
Yes. A question about Bridge 120.
Yes.
Are the walks that lead up to the bridge part of the bridge?
The bridge starts,
The walks that are gravel?
the one in New Pal.
Yes.
They are not part of the bridge, but we will help New Pal with if they need help.
Just, I thought there might be an ADA issue, and I thought, maybe it was something we could have worked on while the bridge was down.
We possibly could have, yes. If we missed something, we may have missed something, but we can still work on those if
Okay.
necessary. We'll work with the town of New Pal. If they need help, we will help them.
Then I know Commissioner Gray had a question about 675 East, some potential signage.
We
Yeah,
still have that.
If you want to have those people link up with me, then maybe I can link them up with the right people at NDOT.
That would be fantastic.
So
Right, and is there a way to, and I don't know what our conversation was, but have them to take a look at the part of the road where the car kind of disappears? Is that
on 234,
they're an engineering,
It's not bad at night when you have the headlights, but when it's daytime,
I'm sure the state's aware of it. Of course, I'm sure realigning the vertical alignment of a roadway is really expensive, so I'm sure they're trying to balance that. But that said, we don't want people to they don't want people to get hurt either.
right?
So I'll try to, Commissioner Gray, if you link me up with that person, I'll try to link them up with the right person at NDOT. And maybe they'll talk to them if it comes through us.
Sure.
Otherwise, you get the helpline and you go nowhere. But maybe through us, we can get them in front of somebody. But like I said, it's US 234, so it's a state road. We don't have a say, really. And we don't want to get rolled into their torts either. So once we start participating in construction on state roads, we start participating in the lawsuits from the accidents on said state roads, so.
And back to the Sugar Creek Township area, does Conrail call you when they take down
We didn't get a call.
an intersection like that, just to say, hey, by the way? Okay.
We didn't get a call. We got surprised just like everybody else, and
I know they're working on that grade crossing. I just don't know how long it's going to take them to do what they need to do.
we did poke through some, I was told when I finally got through, I do have some contacts there, that they thought it would take a month. Someone thought they're going to try to hustle it into next week. I don't have a lot of reliability on either of those information. When I look at the work, that work typically takes 2 to 4 weeks. So I would hope they'd be done in that amount of time.
All right.
But they were there before the state. So the law precedence really is on their side. But it's a real pain in the butt. So, all right.
You enjoy your trip?
I did. It was a great time with my son before we sent him off to college, week in New Mexico. And their roads are terrible out there. So I felt good about ours. So, all right, barring that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They don't have speeding problems, though.
That's probably part of their plan.
Have speeding problems.
Part of the plan. Sam Schrader and the Impact Fee Zone Improvement Plan. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
How are you?
Morning.
Good.
In your package, you should have ordinance and an Exhibit A. And Sam Schrader is here from Baker and Tilly. He's the county's consultant that was hired to lead the development of our Parks and Recreation Impact Fee and Zone Improvement Plan. That's the Exhibit A in your packet. This ordinance will allow for a fee of $412 to be collected with each new dwelling unit that is constructed in the unincorporated Hancock County. That's going to allow growth to pay. And then in this case, that means an expansion of county park systems, to just say that in a nutshell. But Sam, if you would like to come up, he can finalize any questions you might have about the ordinance and the or the zone improvement plan to see if we can get that finalized and adopted.
Thanks, Miriam. Good morning, Commissioners. Really no updates from the last time I was with you all a month ago. I think Miriam summarized the plan here and the zone improvement plan perfectly. If the ordinance is adopted this morning, that park impact fee would go into place starting 6 months from now. So in February of 2026, you would start collecting those dollars to help provide opportunities for new growth in the park system to help facilitate that population growth that's inevitable for growing communities like Hancock County. So if you guys have any other questions specifically on the zone improvement plan or the process in general, I'm happy to answer that. That's all I really had this evening.
I don't have anything.
Scott, the ordinance looks okay to you?
Yes, we've had several runs with that. Baker Tilly reviewed it after I made change. I think we're in good shape on the.
Okay.
I'm going to need
Great.
Ordinance number.
I'd like to introduce ordinance number 2025-8A, and this is Hancock County ordinance established an equitable impact fee for the purpose of planning and financing park and recreation infrastructure to serve new development in Hancock County as presented.
Second.
And then
Now, I'd like to suspend the rules,
we just,
make a motion to suspend the rules on the day of introduction.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded that we suspend the rules on the day of introduction for ordinance number 2025-8-A as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2025-8A, Hancock County ordinance establishing an equitable impact fee for the purpose of planning and financing parks and recreational infrastructure to serve new development in Hancock County as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 2025-8-A, Hancock County ordinance establishing an equitable impact fee for the purpose of planning and financing park and recreational infrastructure to serve new development in Hancock County. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
May I ask a question?
Yep.
So when we start collecting this fee, obviously, we're going to have to create a fund. So is that fund going to be under commissioners? Is it going to be under planning and zoning? We just need to have to develop, you guys will have to authorize that fund to be created. And I just need to know where it's going to go. And
The establishment of the fee is addressed, I believe, in the ordinance.
Okay.
Under which jurisdiction, I'm not sure if it's clear, but we
okay. I will take a look, but are you all right if I have any questions? I might be able to give you a call.
Absolutely, yeah. I think myself or Scott, we'll get it hashed out for you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thanks for all your work.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
I did look through there, but I didn't see it.
Facilities.
Facility update with Corey Taylor.
Good morning, ma'am.
Been a while.
Good morning. How are you?
Just fine. You?
Good, sir. First thing I've got for you is a proposal from PDF Mechanical to install an LK surface mount bottle filler in the basement of the annex for a total cost of $5,443.87. This replaces a broken water fountain that was there. One thing I'd like to do is those go out, replace those with bottle fillers. I feel like they're a little easier, and with COVID, things kind of shut water fountains down. So let's put something in there we could utilize. So this is in the IT area of the basement of the annex.
Do you guys have a problem with it?
No, and
Okay.
just pay it out of building maintenance.
Okay, I make a motion to approve quote, let me find the number here. Don't have one. Quote from PDF Mechanical for a basement bottle filler to be installed at a price not to exceed $5,443.87.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the PDF Mechanical quote for the installation of a surface mount bottle filler in the basement of the annex in an amount not to exceed $5,443.87 to be paid out of building maintenance. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Next item I've got for you, just some updates. First is boiler, the second boiler that was approved and we received. They'd like to install that. I've got a day, probably a day and a half, that we will be without hot water to wash hands. Wanted to ensure that you guys did not have a problem with that being done during the day. Worst case scenario, a day and a half, but they think they can do it.
Can we get an email to all the departments?
Yes, sir, I can do that.
Okay, that way nobody's caught off guard, so.
We probably have some hand sanitizers that we could put in the.
They'll still have cold water, but yeah. And I can do that. I can go buy some hand sanitizer and,
We might have some
Probably have it.
PPE
Yeah.
left over.
okay. Okay, and I'll confirm a date with them when that works and guys and the rest of the. Second thing is the roof repairs have started on the warranty issues.
Great.
Those started last week.
On top of that.
Yes, ma'am, no problem.
Did they have an anticipated estimated time of finishing on that, or is it
Not that I've
just
heard. I think the weather, it would start raining when we're starting to do some
Right.
roof repairs, so I'll check and try to get an update on that.
Okay.
Parts are in for the fountains, so they're gonna begin work on those soon. Purdue kitchen is complete, looks good. Mandy went through it. She seems to be happy with it. I'm working on getting quotes for cabinet doors replacements. I did find out that there is actually another material that they can use. It's a little bit lighter weight composite material. Got one quote done, two more on the way. Also working on quotes to repair the foundation leaks. When I initially looked at that, there were some talk about having to remove the vegetation, all the fill dirt, and getting eyes on to see exactly what the problem is. So we're going to be on the same page. Everybody's going to give the same quote this time. And hopefully we can move forward on that, because I know that 2 days ago I got a call about it again. It seems to be getting worse, so we'll definitely need to address that issue. So other than that, that's all I've got.
Find any difference in price from the scaffolding to?
I have not received anything yet. As you can see, they do have the crane up there now. They were able to pull up some of the limestone around the perimeter and actually get the crane up on the property. That crane is going to stay where it's at, and they're actually able to reach all the way around the tower. The crane's just for the tower. They're going to try to get that tower work done pretty quick, so they're not paying for a crane. And That will be gone. The rest of it can be done off lists. I'll check with them again. I believe I have a progress meeting with them on Thursday.
But that won't be any difference in price as far as
I'm
we've
sure the
already,
crane's expensive, but I would think it would be
it'd be part of the
dramatically
original
less
bid, wouldn't it?
than scaffolding. Yeah,
Saw that crane, and that's a big old crane.
yeah. So still waiting on that, but I'll try to get an update hopefully this week.
Certificate of compliance from Jacob D.
I have not. Appreciate it.
I think we talked a little bit about this before, but the county had an issue with the sidewalk, the part that runs in between community corrections and the prosecutor's office,
I've got a couple issues with sidewalks, yes, sir.
and the possibility of just removing that, putting some kind of plant vegetation to keep people from walking up that anymore. Is that something that facilities would do, jackhammer that out, take it away, or is it something we would look into?
I could absolutely look into it.
I thought we didn't know who owned that.
We do.
We do? Because they were going back and forth. I talked to Gary about that, and he said it could be Greenfield, could be state.
And I ran into Thomas Moore too, and I told him, I said, we were doing sections and would like to rope that stairway off coming up.
Yeah, I believe you're thinking of in front of the prosecutor's office. This is actually an area between what is community corrections now and our old prosecutor's office.
Okay.
One thing that with talking to Commissioner Gray was it would probably be nice with having to scale back the project originally. There was a ADA ramp that was going to be installed. That had to be cut out of the initial project to lower cost. One thing that would be nice is that parking lot behind what was Torre Italy, the bicycle shop that we own. It would, if we took that up and redid that, I believe that there would be enough distance to have the proper fall to add new sidewalk, get rid of the stairs that are there, and possibly have enough area to be able to put a ADA accessible ramp into that building. Because right now, currently, even with the remodel being done, the only ADA access into that building is going to be the southwest corner. So that would allow for any overflow parking that's on the north side of the building to be able to have ADA access.
Into the community corrections?
Into community corrections, yes, sir.
I think you need to check with Envoy on how we do that, unless we do it as a building maintenance project. There was something about as long as we didn't touch the outside of it with any of the bond funds, we would be okay. So if we had a remodeling project and we paid for it out of some kind of building.
Yeah, I would assume that's probably how we would want to pursue that.
We could potentially do that. My fear is just that if we leave it there, even though we rope it off, people seem to get, I'm going to go beyond the off section, no matter what, just to do it. And I don't want to have anybody, whether they're employee or not, come over there, accident, hurt their county to be liable.
Yeah. And I do, Janine, you did ask that I reach out to Mr. Moore. I've not done that yet. I will do that this week and get that area gated off. I know you had asked for a chain or something to go across there. I believe that is Mr. Moore's property, so I need to get permission from him before I do so. But I will do that this week.
Perfect.
Okay. That's all I've got.
Thanks for the job you've been doing with the mowing and stuff. I know it has seemed nonstop, but you guys are doing a fantastic
I am thankful
job.
I have Rick, that's for sure. Rick's done great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Corey.
I hear you. John Jaconis.
The words that you don't often hear out of my mouth are, "I'll be brief."
Famous last words.
Yeah, I know. I'll be brief. I can't guarantee you.
I just started the time clock.
Yeah, let that be noted in the minutes. I will be brief.
Just real quick, we got a lot of work done on door access and cameras last week. Both Bernie and Courtney were gone last week, so we did run into a couple issues that should be solved. We should have two of the buildings back online, one of the new ones. Obviously, I don't want to go into detail of which buildings are on or offline at this point. Misty Moore and I are looking into a grant to redo cameras potentially in the courthouse. They're older and some of the placement could be better of those, and we can get newer, better cameras within the courthouse. So it's a max on that particular one of 150,000. So if we would get the whole thing, we should be able to do quite a bit. Other than that, we're plugging away on them. We will have a quote from Nelson Alarm for the door access readers for the new portion of 233 East Main. And we're also working through the fire suppression system with Envoy, with Nelson and Envoy, to make sure that we get fire panels that are the same in the buildings, that Nelson can maintain, and we'll eventually work out a service contract with them to make sure that gets done. Because I think we're all just, especially Corey, we're just tired of having different fire panels in every single building that seemingly no one can work on.
Right.
So we're pushing through. So
Have all those panels over in the courthouse that all have.
oh, the fire panels, yeah. So the one, are you talking about like
box or something?
What's that?
We need a lock box to put.
Are you talking about the ones that are on the south, coming in the south entrance? Ideally, as we complete the key project, we're going to have electronic lock boxes for all of the buildings and actually all of the suites within the buildings. So in case the door access system goes down, then people have a key, and those systems will actually hook into the network and be able to say, oh, so-and-so pinned into this or ID'd into this, they lifted this key, they have this key. And so the answer, that's the long answer to the question. The short answer is yes, we can do that. So we're getting to that. So anything else for me?
The record.
Let the record
Perfect.
reflect.
I appreciate your support, so thank you.
Thank you, John.
Make a motion to approve claims and payroll.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We approve claims and payroll as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
And we have bid openings for the assessor.
Sorry?
So, the bid openings. But we can do auditor business here in between.
Okay.
Yep.
I have no auditor business.
Oh, I like that.
We appreciate Deb Carnes. Let that record.
Do you want to open these bids?
Exactly. Yes, let's go
Okay.
ahead.
This is,
Was there anybody from the auditor's office, the assessor's office that was going to be down here while we open these, or?
I have not been informed of that, and I think that we
We're
had
just gonna
told her
open
that
them
we
and
would
just
collect them,
open up.
open them, and go
that
ahead
way,
and
Okay.
let them make the decision later.
Okay.
This is a bid for the cyclical reassessment contract and annual adjustment contract for Hancock County Assessor. And we have two. Why do they make it so difficult? Let's look down the bottom here. There we go. This bid is from Ovision Government Solutions. And we'll let them make that decision. And then we've got another one here. Get to it here. There. This is from Nexus Group. Same thing, we'll let them take a look at it and see which one they want to use.
Sure, then just make a motion to accept those.
Make a motion to accept bids for the cyclical reassessment and annual adjustments contract with the county assessor.
It's been moved and seconded. We accept the bids presented for the assessor's office for cyclical
And O-Vision Group.
reassessment contracts and the annual adjustment contract for evaluation by the assessor at a later date. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Yeah. Mr. Simon, come on down. You're the new contestant.
I don't have all the paperwork and pamphlets everyone else has got, but I'm assuming you got an email that shows what I'm here for.
Yeah.
You saw some different prices on some of the equipment I'm asking for. It's going to be dependent on what you allow me to go for. What is recommended is a slide-in with a 3/4 ton pickup. Okay, you do have the pictures there.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull my.
But I think for us, with the weight situation also, not just the fuel stations, the scales that we do, a trailer might be the better option, and another, basically 2 vehicles. Let's see, how can I? You have a picture of my existing equipment?
Here, you can certainly have that, and I'll just share with Bill.
Well, here, I've got those. Better explain. You understand the fuel part, we need a trailer to measure.
Sure.
But as far as the vehicle goes, I have to move this equipment.
Right.
You mentioned possibly might be the best way to see what will work. In other counties, they have more than one. They've got different vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Since we only have the. That being said, discussion, you need to make a decision. Proposition proposal would be the trailer, which is the more expensive unit. Okay.
Is that in our packet? Yes, it is in our packet.
Trailer.
But is there a?
Aha.
Starts with an email. You have it. Okay, you have it. Okay.
Okay. This is a slide-in situation.
And right now, you're just using your own.
I'm using my own vehicle. Well, I thought I know I've got a picture.
No, there's no
But
pictures
anyway,
on these.
there's a trailer that's got all the same equipment on it. I would also like to add a 50. The little tanks there,
Mm-hmm.
the big tanks are called Krugers. High flow, filling semis and whatever. Right now I have to have a contractor come in and add a 50 or not get a price. Here's a picture of it.
Right.
This
Okay.
You know,
With the trailer, though, you do need a,
with the this, you could also get this option on the trailer. I do at this point think the trailer would be the better way to go.
And this would be a covered trailer, a box trailer?
No, it's all open.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. Where I'm allowed to park it. Cover for the tank.
I think we could find a spot to park it over at the county highway.
It needs to be a secured spot and hopefully clean.
Those gates all close at a certain time of day, so, yeah.
What time do you go out doing your testing?
I don't have a time.
Okay, so if
I'm part-time at this point and
you'd be able to do it before 3 o'clock?
not always.
Okay, then you would need access to.
You
the
give them an access badge to get in and out.
Yes. Yeah.
So the calibration unit's about $30,000. So you need the calibration unit, the truck, and a trailer, correct? What do we think that?
Well, now on the trailer, the calibration units, everything's all built in.
Oh, the trailer is part of it.
One of the problems is, I only know of one place.
that Seraphim?
That's in the Seraphim. There's no.
Is it easier to have a unit where it's in the bed of the truck versus a trailer?
I feel like the bed of the truck would be the easiest. Okay. All the rest of the material.
Can you pull a trailer when you have something like this on the back of a
not
truck?
with this one, because it's for, obviously you can adapt anything. Yeah, the trailer. Set the trailer aside.
So really, it should be a trailer-mounted thing that goes on a pickup truck. Because
He wants a trailer and a pickup truck.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize for not being as organized as everyone else you've had up here. You know, it was sent in the email.
I think there's the copy of the email is in your packet.
I guess.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not allowed to print at home. I have a computer. So when I get here, Bernie has me restricted.
Is there something we can print off for you?
Yeah, it's in the email. There's a picture of a trailer in there. It's on $42,000.
Here we go. Is
I
this?
thought it was.
Is that, you got it, Gary?
If the
Well,
commissioners
this is just his stuff.
can we recommend
Yeah, that is equipment.
council to be paid?
So we don't have the pictures he's talking about.
I don't remember there being a.
Yeah, maybe it was.
But
You know, I can.
you got one.
Here's what.
Yes.
Oh, you about here?
It's
Yeah.
just a cap.
But you're looking for a truck and a
It'd
trailer.
be a truck and trailer.
3/4 ton pickup.
And a 3/4 ton track pickup.
And also his new provers or provers?
No, that comes on it. Everything.
Oh,
comes on the
everything
trailer.
comes on it.
It's a unit.
Okay.
It is a unit. That's, you know.
And you're recommending the 28,259 or the?
The 41,602.
The 40 is the trailer. But right now, you know, we've mentioned a Tahoe. I hate to go out.
Yeah, but
Tahoe would easily carry. They're generally 3/4 ton, I think, the Tahoe. Or that type of model. That would pull the trailer, and then I could measures.
so you're wanting to keep
This is 600
you're wanting to keep that inside the truck
Yes,
and you're wanting a trailer to put the other,
yeah, and the trailer
Okay.
is the unit, it's.
that's, okay. Oh,
Sheriff, do you have any more used Tahoes that Mr. Simon could potentially use before we say, hey, let's look at a new model?
I can come up with something.
I think you got one being surplus here? Okay.
We don't want that one?
Actually, I probably can hook him up with something.
Okay.
Rather than go out and spend the money on a new vehicle.
Well, my fear is if we don't, you're going to get stranded out there with a transmission out or something. I mean, I appreciate the sheriff giving things, but I'm okay if we try that. So if
We can
get
try
you
that
a
first and then.
Tahoe and,
Like I said, I hate spending money.
but yeah, you don't have to worry about, don't worry about that looking. It's necessary for what you do and for what we're going to do and who's going to come beyond you to continue to do.
And I would be willing to buy my vehicle.
Don't think you should.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't either.
no.
Not at all.
No.
It's already,
So if the sheriff can get us a Tahoe for you to drive, then we just need to worry about buying this trailer.
This,
41,602 and
the approvers are
28,000.
the tanks and.
No, just the 41.
Just the trailer.
Okay.
Now,
But
I can't say that's a solid figure. When I go to adding the gallon prover, this little
Okay.
tank right here is over 1,000, so I'm assuming
Well-
this one here is gonna be more like 5.
Is there any way that we get an agreement in place to where we know what we're spending?
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
And then-
I-
and we-
If I know we're going to go forward with this, I'll call more.
So if you can get a more accurate quote, I think we would make a recommendation to the council that they
Like I
pay
said, this is just a
for.
preliminary thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we get something nailed down to,
I anticipate, I figured that much.
But the
Okay.
sooner you can get these, the better, because there's a Wawa coming online, there's this racetrack station coming online, it just continues to
There's
keep
another
getting busier
station
and
I just
busier.
read about the other day.
Right,
okay, so what is,
And it's not gonna stop.
right.
so what is this one? That's not, looks like some of yours.
Now, this is for
Leads a line.
2025 or 2026 budget?
I think it's this year, his need is that immediate.
Here's the thing, I've been able to, Wawa's putting gas in it. The new station's coming on, I've been able to hook up with their calibrators they bring in.
Mhm.
As long as I'm monitoring, I don't. So we can get through this year. Bit of equipment here that I've got, that's just.
Mhm.
It's been.
So could we
Yeah.
put this to the 2026 budget?
Well, I'm thinking,
The Tahoe, it may come up with before, but at the same time,
I would like to try a shot at the council to get Mr. Simon.
I don't see any of them here. Oh, yeah, here he is.
he's back there,
Taylor.
he's smiling.
A trailer out of food and beverage, just based on the amount of stuff that has just recently come online with fuel stations, Wawa racetrack, the new BP.
How big is the trailer?
It's,
How big is the trailer?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the Tahoe. Are you want to pull with the Tahoe?
Pull with the Tahoe.
yeah,
Now, you know, it'll hold like 300 gallons of fuel. Okay. So you're probably 1,500 pounds for an empty trailer, I'm guessing it's all aluminum. But the fuel never leaves the lot. You know, I'm just pulling across the parking lot to dump it back in the ground.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm pulling all this fuel around town. So it just needs to,
yeah, you fill it there and you empty it back there and.
yeah.
Well, get us a nailed down price
Trailer.
and then we can present it or recommend or whatever, so.
What I'm going to do then, since I've got your approval this far, like I said, I'll and I'm gonna go for all the equipment I think is required. Right now, I use contractors. Check these. Mover, I don't have to depend on. I think
That'd be great.
Perfect.
You're fine. You're fine. Nope, you're fine.
Thank you.
Dick.
Thanks, Dick.
Okay.
Yes.
We might as well hold off at this point. We got the solid waste coming up.
Yeah, we'll just hold off and.
Make a motion to recess our commissioners meeting.
Second, it's been moved and seconded. We recess our commissioner meeting in light of the solid waste. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Okay. Get to. Good morning, Dee Dee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
it beats Heather.
Yes, yes.
I need to keep an eye on you.
No, you don't.
I'm here.
I think somebody needs to sit with
I know.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
It's on that side.
It's not gonna go up.
That's the broken chair.
Broken chair.
Good morning.
Right now.
No.
Yeah, just leave that one okay.
It's a bit
Probably it's gonna get hot. I like it being shorter. Thank you.
Welcome.
How are you tonight?
I'm all right.
Is everyone ready?
It's not 10 o'clock.
Oh, I mean, it is now.
Ready? I'd like to call the August Solid Waste Management Board meeting to order. Our first order of business is review the minutes of the meeting, July 1st, 2025.
Motion to approve minutes from July 1st, 2025 meeting.
Second.
It's been moved properly seconded. We approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. Director's report.
Okay, for our invoices for July, we have the contract, a purchase of some fuel, the Verizon bill for July. I did purchase some items off of Amazon for booth display items. And then we had our newspaper bin emptied, which is the newspaper bin that's sitting at the Daily Reporter. I did some advertising for our tire event. And then I'm going to try some new advertising for the fall event. So that came out as well. And then I'm going to participate in the Hancock County Community Foundation's Community Development course. There. So that's it. Yeah.
There any questions about the any of the claims?
Make a motion to approve invoices as presented.
Been moved properly seconded. We approve the invoices as presented. Is there any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. Old business.
Okay, so I participated in the Hancock County Community Night. They had a really good turnout. I think I gave away about 150 postcards for our upcoming event, so I was able to talk to a lot of people. Gave out some general recycling information as well, so that was a good night. This Friday night, I'm going to be participating in the Hancock County Chamber's Chocolate Walk. And I have reserved the fairgrounds kitchen in order to prepare. We're doing the compost pudding for that. So I'm going to be renting out their kitchen in order to make that. And then I have contacted Caldwell's Inc., and they're going to be composting our cups, our spoons, and our napkins after the event. So we're going to collect those during the event when people are done with them. So we'll get that all composted. And then I'll also have a recycling bin there as well in case anybody has water bottles or whatever throughout the event, but I'm not expecting to get too many of those. And then on Saturday, we're doing our free tire collection event at Riley Park Tire from 10 to 2, and that was paid for by a grant through IDEM. So I'm hoping to get a good response on that. And then for our 2026 budget, they did approve our budget for the most part, minus the catch-up bonus that I proposed. And then the additional funding that I was able to recover out of our last year's budget to cover that, I will not be getting that money back to put towards the budget. So our budget will actually be quite a bit lower than last year. We should be fine. I'm not worried about it. But there was some discussion regarding me being a contracted position and some things that kind of came to light with that. One being that Deborah Carnes realized that, oh, how do you have a department vehicle if you're not a county employee? How are you submitting claims if you're not a county employee? So then the discussion kind of went forward as to maybe it should be considered to transfer me over to a county employee rather than a contracted employee. And I don't know, I mean, Kelly and I have been talking, trying to figure out, we don't know the process or procedure on how to do that, or if you're wanting to do that, does it need to be approved by my board? Is it just the commissioners? We don't know.
We all agree, I mean, but at the same time, as far as the process, I don't
I
know.
think it starts with the board.
Let your board
board?
approve it and then bring it to
Okay.
commissioners and we make a recommendation.
Right, so I would make a motion that we, as a board, make a recommendation to the commissioners to make Dee Dee Allender's current position a county position from a contractor's position.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we make Dee Dee Allender's position a
Full-time associate.
full-time position with the county based upon action by the commissioners. Is there any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed.
Additionally on that, on her raise part, it was, I don't know if you guys there or watched it, it was 5-2 against the raise. Myself and Fisk voted for the raise. The people, what I heard from them either during or afterwards of the meeting, some of the other council members, my colleagues, is they wanted to hear from you three commissioners about the raise. They want to hear your support, that you guys think it's necessary and needs to be done. That was what I got from it, so that maybe it would swing to maybe more of a 4-3 in favor or something like that. Could swing it.
Then we could, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of us have an issue with asking for a personal increase, but now that there's a change from contract employee, essentially a hired employee,
It's going to change anyway.
there's a benefit part, that comes along with that, so that may be an acceptable change to go ahead and whatever the current pay is along with the added benefit, and then talk about pay increases after that.
The only thing that I was hoping to be able to negotiate into that agreement is that my current vacation status, I've been here for, it'll be 13 years next month. So I don't want to have to go back to being a day one employee and having to work my way back up to earning vacation. So I didn't know if I could somehow, retain part of that.
I think we have the latitude to make that happen, just like we have the latitude of not opening up this to an open, hire process either.
Okay.
So we would consider letting you keep those days, and I think that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
New business.
All right, so I am still working with the Parks Department, excuse me, to get recycling containers at the parks. I did submit a grant to IDEM for their community recycling grant, and the total cost, we're going to purchase 10 containers, and the total cost is not quite $15,000, and then the grant will match, or will pay for 75% of that, so it'll be a little over $11,000, and then we just have to come up with the other 25% match for that grant. I have talked to also the Community Foundation about getting a mini grant, and I'm eligible to apply for up to $1,500 for a mini grant. I told them that the IDEM grant, we won't be notified until December on the results of that. So if we don't get that grant, we may not need a mini grant. So we may not be able to do the project at all anyway. So they suggested holding off on applying for that mini grant until later, until we find out if we get the IDEM grant. So I'll probably apply for that either the end of the year or the beginning of next year. And then there are also other grants out there, like 9 Star has a community grant that we could also apply for. I do think the Parks Department is willing to, to pitch in and pay for part of it as well. So I don't think we're going to have any money coming out of our budget for that, except for initially purchasing the bins, and then IDEM will reimburse us for the purchase. So that's coming along. I did talk to Republic Services about doing some kind of a partnership with Recycling Electronics. Originally, he said, oh, this is a no-brainer. This is a great idea. Let's do it. But I need to talk to my higher-ups when to, figure out the logistics. And then he came back to me and he said, well, we don't really have any inside storage facility available for the electronics. And I think he was expecting the residents just to put the items in the containers and not have any employees doing that. So he said that he doesn't have the manpower to physically take the electronics and put them in containers inside a facility. So he is not interested in proceeding with that partnership. So it's unfortunate, but we'll keep thinking about other things. Waste Management, they are the ones that service our newspaper recycling bin at the Daily Reporter. And typically I just call them and say, I need an on-call pickup. They come and empty it. They send me a bill. Everything's fine and dandy. Well, apparently this time when I did that, the person that entered it didn't enter it as an on-call pickup. They entered it as an extra pickup. So the bill came in twice what it's supposed to be. So I called them and they're going to correct that. They're going to fix that. But going forward, they wanted me to sign a service agreement so that it will be in their system that it's an on-call pickup and not an extra service. I don't feel comfortable signing this agreement. There are I'm hoping, other haulers around there that can do this. They said it would not doing, service with them. We don't have to sign this. They were just wanting something in their system. But if you're okay with it, I don't want to form an agreement with them to do this.
It is a contract for a certain amount of time. Is that what it is?
Well, it's a three-year term, and it'll automatically renew at the end of that. You can terminate it. There are rules in here as to when you can terminate it, and I just kind of briefly read over this. There's charges for, what was it? Just some other charges that could be incurred, and I don't know,
So are you wanting to look for a different option? Is that what you're wanting to do?
Well, I just want to let them know that I presented this to my board. My board was not in favor of signing the agreement. I am not in favor of signing the agreement, just so that I don't think it matters one way or the other. I don't think that they're not going to give us service if we don't sign this. But I want to have the ability to look for other providers, and if we can possibly get money for our paper instead of having to pay, or at least even a wash, I think that would be ideal. But at this point, I haven't found a vendor that will service our container.
Was that originally set up through?
Yes.
It's become a little more.
I would say that we should be able to see the agreement before we would make a decision, and probably maybe have legal counsel. Commissioners can have legal counsel review it briefly.
Leave with Scott and.
Okay.
Sounds like get the same service either way. The flexibility of not signing it might be better.
If that's possible, I'm saying don't sign it.
Yeah,
And that would give her time to, if there's other people out there, to
Yeah.
see if there's another way to do it.
It may cost you more if you do sign it to exit out of that agreement if you find another.
Yeah, so we need to see what it says.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about if we decide to cancel.
Well, Scott can look at that and
Okay.
let us know.
All right. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be visiting the Shelby County Recycling District. The Indiana Association of Household Hazardous Waste Task Force is scheduled a tour of their new facility. And then we're also going to be going up to Caldwell's composting facility. So that'll be kind of interesting to see all those new places.
The digester.
Yep. And then I have signed up for the community development course, as I mentioned earlier, and that will be August 12th through 14th at the Community Foundation. And I think that's all I have, unless anybody has anything else to bring forward.
Do you have anything, Mr. President?
I don't.
Make a motion to adjourn. Thank you very much.
Second.
Thank
Been
you.
moved properly seconded, we adjourn. Our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, September the 2nd at 10 a.m. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's passed, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
And then if you want to stay up there, did you want
Sure.
to see Gardner?
What's tomorrow? Oh, that's
Budget meeting, so just.
I won't be here.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Here's your chair back.
Did you take mine?
We got it.
Right when you drive
Thank you.
around this way.
Jerry stole it.
Well,
I would never appropriate county property without your permission.
I
See,
think
Dad.
somebody needs to sit between you two.
Y'all have a good day.
You
Take
too.
care, Dan.
And
This today.
Yes, sir.
Come visit me.
Take care. It's good to see you.
We got something from the Sarah. We need to open back up.
yes, but I'll go ahead and open our, reopen our commissioner meeting.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. So, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Do you want me to sit down and come back up, or?
Oh, you're ready to go.
Oh,
If you-
okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
master
Sit
gardener.
down
You
and
go
come
right
back up.
ahead.
Oh, I'm supposed to be here. Okay, so the Purdue Master Gardeners asked me, since I was already going to be here, if I would present a proposal to you. They are wanting to put in a storage shed behind the Purdue Extension Office, and it would be the same size as the shed that's already there. I think basically the same color, same design. The doors, I think, will be a slightly different color. She has researched, and it will be at least 10 feet away from the property line. And she's already started looking into what permits she needs to have in order to do that. But by putting in this storage barn thing, shed, they can get rid of there's a wooden storage cabinet out there. I don't know if you've seen it. It's not really very pretty. And there's also a plastic Rubbermaid cabinet that's out there. There's flower pots, there's wheelbarrows, there's fencing, there's pots, there's buckets. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there.
So they put all that stuff inside
They're
the
going to put
storage
all
unit.
that stuff in the barn. It'll be strictly for the master gardeners, so it'll be all their gardening supplies.
And they're going to pay for it.
And they're going to pay for it, so it's not going to cost us anything. They just
I
need
don't have a problem with it.
permission to put it on the facility, on the property.
I make a motion.
Do you need Corey Taylor for anything over there on that, to take a look at that before you?
I have no idea. We
Only as-
can if you'd like him to.
Yeah, just as our facilities guy, just to know he's getting an additional, piece of something he may need to maintain in the future over there.
And I guess they will keep it far enough away from the other sheds that they could go through there with a weed whip, or you can even walk through there. So it's not going to be like butted up next to each other. So.
I'll make a motion to allow Dee Dee and the Master Gardeners to put a shed to store their equipment in at the Purdue Extension.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we allow Dee Dee Allender to put up a new storage shed on the Purdue Extension Office grounds as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Got Chad here.
Chad Kokenauer, come on down. Right. You just don't look as excited as the people that run up to the mic.
Now, if it's, let's make a deal with Monty Hall, that might be a little different. I'd have to dress up and, Am I dating myself here?
Yeah.
There we go.
You'd have to wear a costume though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm before you for a resolution to adopt the Hancock County Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan. This was a multi-year project between all the major town representatives, city representatives, interested parties in the county to put together a plan in case we have a multi-hazard event, or even to set a plan forward to take actions and steps to remediate or to see where our issues are and to address those going forward. It is something that I know that 911, the EOC use for federal grants and different things like that. And so I'm before you to get a resolution that you approve the plan. I think there was a link set for the plan. It's 126 pages, so I mean, you can read through it if you want to, but I figure it'd be a lot of
spare
paper
time,
to work through. Yes, absolutely. So we are in the process of getting it signed by all of the cities and towns in the county. And we actually had a grant, I think it was $23,000 to help pay for the implementation of this plan to do that.
Okay. Can I get a resolution number, please? 2025-8-1. Okay. I'd like to introduce a resolution 2025-8-1, resolution of the Hancock County Board of Commissioners adopting the Hancock County Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan as presented.
Oh,
Yeah, we
never
don't
mind.
need, we don't need a second.
Okay.
Just, then you can
Okay, make a motion
to
to suspend the rules on the day of introduction.
It's been moved and seconded. We suspend the rules on the day of introduction for resolution number 2025-8 or 81.
Okay. Do we
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-8-1, a resolution of the Hancock County Board of Commissioners adopting the Hancock County Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan as presented.
Second. Mm-hmm. It's been moved and seconded that we accept resolution number 2025-8-1, a resolution of the Hancock County Board of Commissioners adopting the Hancock County Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff with a vehicle surplus.
I think you have those. I got it right here.
Sarah, for that drainage board,
Give me a second.
I think me meeting at 6:30 on October 7th, yeah.
What's that?
6:30 PM.
Oh.
Hi.
How you doing, Sheriff?
Flynn, you?
Doing great.
Good. I just have the 2 vehicles there. We need to go ahead and surplus. Have an auction coming up. I'd like to get them to.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to allow the sheriff to surplus 2 vehicles and sell them at auction. One would be a Taurus Select, is that Select? What, SEL, that's what it is. Year 2011, last 4 digits of the VIN number would be 5521, and that is the Taurus, Ford Taurus. And then we have a Savannah G1500 was a GMC, is that?
It's a van.
Van, okay. It's 2024. Last 4 of the van would be 9604.
Been moved and seconded that we allow the sheriff to surplus 2 vehicles. One, a Ford Taurus, a 2011 Ford Taurus, the last 4 of the VIN, 5521. And the other vehicle, a GMC, a 2004 GMC Savannah, the last 4 of the VIN, 9604. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do, that's just an action item. I think that
On the-
everybody's looked at the
Public
Garmong
The new one, the revised
contract.
version.
Yeah,
We're good with the revised Garmon,
Do what? I'm sorry?
the Garmon contract, did you get a chance?
Oh, that one. Oh, that one. That was a different one I was talking about, but yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, you're all good with it?
Okay,
To begin the building.
I'm good with it legally, I just wanted to make sure.
yes.
So we just have to sign, we'll just approve it and sign it.
We
So,
should just do a motion to
Okay, this one here?
yes.
Okay, I make a motion to enter into the public-private agreement with Hancock County for the Hancock County Support Services building between us and Garmong. So, development, is that what it is, Garmong Development?
Yes.
As presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Hancock County enter into a public-private agreement with Garmong Development, or excuse me, yeah, Garmong Development as presented for the Sheriff's Support Services Building. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
2 of them.
Great. Thank you. Did you see that updated Leads Online one? The Leads Online contract, that agreement, did you see that new one that I sent that?
Yes.
To have that verbiage in there that you wanted? We got it changed?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Okay. I don't, do they have it? Okay.
Yeah, if they've got it in there.
Okay.
Okay, so this last page, Sheriff signs. Yep.
Oh, okay. Sheriff, need your signature.
Wow, I got a signature too?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get off the hook of this. We're gonna make you pay with your checkbook. Yeah, you got one, okay. Just in case we didn't have one?
Yeah.
Okay. On which one?
Leads.
Oh, this one? Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I can. Do you want me to? Up to you. You can do it. Go ahead. You're fine.
Okay. This is that program you were talking about, wasn't it?
It was, we had the first
Titles are-
contract,
they are a
we needed to change
just-
some verbiage in it, didn't
Yeah.
I? And so now it's back with the new verbiage.
We need, okay.
Yes.
Need to.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion that we enter into an agreement with the Leads Online order summary number S-15859 with the order total $16,589.96. This is a system to help your investigation guys, okay? And it's a multi-year deal, but the total cost is $16,589.96 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we that we enter into an agreement with Leads Online. The order summary number is S-15859 in an amount, $4,000 amount, or is the amount total is $16,589.96 for the sheriff's investigative needs as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
The resolution appointing court magistrate.
Yes. You should have that in your folder.
I might have covered it up. No?
He has that in his red folder, doesn't he?
What I got left?
See if it's paper clipped together with something else.
Wait a minute, I got two signatures. Maybe it is here. No?
I would give you mine, but it's got icky on it.
On mine.
It's not a good copy.
Yeah, mine. It is.
Yeah, you just need one.
Deb, you need copies of this?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. And the juvenile court magistrate, that is for 2026, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There it is. I found it in my packet.
You got it?
In the packet. Front and back. I'm
No,
sorry, dear.
is that front and back or is that one sided?
Front and back.
Yeah, we need it. We need it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, dear.
Which resolution you want to adopt next?
The juvenile magistrate
court
judge.
magistrate? Okay, let's go for it.
I would need a resolution number.
8-.
8-2.
2025-8-2.
We don't have to suspend the rules or anything.
Can we just adopt it? Adopt the resolution? Okay.
It's the ordinances where we.
Okay. I make a motion to adopt resolution number 2025-8-2. It is a resolution of need to appoint a juvenile court magistrate judge for Hancock County.
Second. Janine got it. Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve resolution or adopt resolution number 2025-8-2. Resolution of need to appoint a juvenile court magistrate judge for Hancock County. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Means is on the second
I was
page.
going to say, we couldn't squeeze these guys in on this.
I just said the same thing.
That's not my fault.
Well, I rate somewhere down around Save the Spotted Owls.
I think it's just a little bit too long to get it all in one.
Deborah's right there with me, so. Feels so bad.
Okay. Let me see. Imagine we've got the bond.
Resolution of need, so that's.
There we go.
For the GO bond.
This is for the GO bond. And this is,
Is this just an adopt as well, Scott? Or-
Yes, sir. And just take one last look at Exhibit A.
8-3.
I changed a little bit of the language there at the very beginning, in case
The incidental expenses.
the very top there on capital expenditures.
What it can be spent for?
Yes, because we were pretty specific down below, but there might be some other things.
But not limited, yeah, not limited to. I appreciate that.
I ran that by Lisa Lee as well.
Yeah, I'm good.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 2025-8-3, a resolution for making a determination of need for Hancock County public safety projects and various other projects, approving the issuance of a general obligation bond of the county and taking related actions.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We adopt resolution number 2025-8-3, a resolution for making a determination of need for Hancock County public safety projects and various other projects, approving the issuance of a general obligation bond of the county and taking related actions. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Here's two places, here and there. Okay, that can go back.
And also, just so you know, Heather Condra had told Sarah that she was no longer going to need that facility.
Oh, so
she
take
didn't
that
want
off.
to just leave and not show up, but she was here for a while this morning.
Okay.
Any public comment?
Kelly, does Kelly need? She's got this.
Okay.
At last week's meeting with the tax abatements and that kind of stuff, got me thinking that the county is losing its funding platform. Since 2012, the county was taking in 49% of all the tax revenue. Now it's, last year it was at 33%. I'm sure it's dropped since then because of annexations and things like that. So the county needs to look at other ways of bringing in income, some kind of tax income. I know that tourism has talked about the big ball of twine that we don't have in this county to bring people into this county to spend their money, us collect taxes like beverage and sales tax and that kind of stuff. And it's a shame that our hotels, motels, and Airbnbs is our #1 tourist attraction, because we don't have anything like the other counties around that draws in people. And I think our Economic Development Council needs to start looking for something that can bring in here into this county and draw people here. You know, you got Grant Park, and you got the facility up here in Fishers that's drawing people in. They got a hockey team and a soccer team in there right now. We need to do something like that. And I don't see it happening. I don't even see plans for it happening. But we need to start looking for something, because messed up years ago, not you guys, but your predecessors messed up because we had a chance for the casino. We had a chance for the go-kart track, and we blew it on that big time. So, that's what I'm seeing. And, here we are doing another GO bond, and it's multiple years. And I think you got one's going to be scheduled for next year and the 1 year after that. And I think that's not lowering our taxes. And that's the one thing you guys could do. I know it's minimal, but that's one thing that you can do to lower the taxes and all that. And what you did last week, because we got to have those people paying their fair share to help us out. Shouldn't be the homeowners, property owners, and the farmers paying the biggest bulk to the taxes here. So, should be even. So anyway, that's what I got to say for right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Corey Taylor.
I was approached by Buckeye Construction, the contractor doing the courthouse. They would like to fly a drone for their media purposes for their company and take photos. So I didn't know, Sheriff, Commissioners, if there was any issue with doing something like that.
None with you, Sheriff? There's no rule that says we can't, is there? I don't care.
As long as it doesn't take somebody out.
Right, yeah, right. Right.
I did tell them it would probably, you'd have to ensure that it stayed within the space of the courthouse property.
Itself.
So, you guys okay with that?
I don't know, is there there's no FFA
That's what I did.
guidelines that we have to follow when we have a drone up?
For us. I mean, they'd have to have their, I'm sure they have their commercial part 107 and all that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it couldn't go above 300 foot or something like that. 400 ceiling.
Foot tall.
Oh, okay. Covered.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't think we have any issues with that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Tell them to keep working on the reduction in price from scaffolding to those cranes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I had a couple things that I sent to you last week as far as what I wanted to update you on. The first thing on my list is a request for a part-time administrative assistant. I had attached the job description, and council has tentatively approved some money for that for my 2026 budget. So if you approve of the job description and see a need for part-time administrative help for my department, I would appreciate that.
Are you going to find somebody that's got all these abilities or what? Or are you going to train them?
I hope so. I will probably train it in the process as what we need, because not everybody comes with local government experience to know how to do claims and all the things that we need. Or even if they do, they don't know how we do it. So I'll definitely be training someone.
Be upset if we let it go through one more cycle of the council meeting tomorrow, depending, I think tomorrow they will really finalize up what their budget's going to be.
That would be fine. They had just asked that I come to you and get a blessing if that was what you wanted to see. I won't be at the next commissioners meeting because I'll be at a conference. So that's why I brought it today. So
Well,
if you want to wait
if we need
through
to
tomorrow.
work through that and we get through tomorrow and this can be passed at our next meeting, we'll make sure that we make arrangements to get that done well.
Okay. The other thing that I had sent to you was about, I get a lot of questions about who's supposed to review the job descriptions. How are we supposed to handle changing things and changing titles? So I'd sent a process for you to kind of take a look at if there's anything that you want me to, I think the next steps for this would be to run it by council because they're included in it as well. And of course the auditor's office because payroll is included in that process too. So that's kind of a rough draft of what I think as far as approving job descriptions, getting new positions created, and just kind of the start to finish of a position for salaries, et cetera. The employee benefits panel, we will be meeting in August to discuss the RFP results from the pharmacy benefit manager that Apex and Innovative RX did. They will come and present that to our panel. You'll receive an email from me giving you our recommendation, and then on September 2nd is when I'll present it for a vote because I won't be here at the 19th meeting to actually present it. I think they said they will meet with us sometime next week, but I have to nail down that date for sure. Open enrollment dates, I've set them for November 4th through November 17th. I've confirmed it with Steel Benefits and with Apex that they're available to handle those dates. It's roughly the same timeline as when we've done it in the past. Our COBRA implementation, we had to change benefit managers there. That is in process, should be completed by the end of August. The Steel Benefits license transition from the AFLEC license to the Steel Benefits license that you approved back in May, that's going to occur between August 18th and 29th. The benefits system will be down during that time, so I'll be keeping track of any changes that need to be implemented after that's over.
Now, will you send out an email that to the employees?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Most of them never look at it except for open enrollment, but the one time they will be during those 2 weeks and they won't be able to find it.
Can I ask you that? I know it's August, but pretty soon open enrollment will be upon us. Is that like an end of October or is that a 1st of November?
It'll be November 4th through the 17th.
Okay.
So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the next couple months getting approvals.
Right.
Everything that we have for benefits besides the pharmacy benefit manager, that'll be the only change this year because everything else is a rate lock. So it didn't make sense to go through and get proposals when everything is locked. Until next fall, we'll have to start looking at some things. Paylocity implementation's ready for the rest of county. I've divided it into groups so that I'm taking a group at a time to get all the employees on it and using it. So I'll notify department heads of when their group is. And then that way I don't have questions from 400 people at the same time. So it's kind of how to break it up a little bit. You have any questions for me?
Can I ask, if you're implementing a new policy on your job descriptions and my office is involved, could I see a copy of that,
Yes,
please?
that's the next step would be that because it kind of brings all three, brings me, commissioners, council, and your folks together in one fell swoop. So yeah, I'll send it up. They are really long. At one point, we had discussed maybe having them written, like reviewed and written again. If that's something that I need to look at a proposal, I can do that. If that's not something we want to look at right now, then.
It might be worth sending something to Wagner, Irwin, and Shield.
Okay.
They do a lot of that work. They may have some job descriptions that are just standard to take a look at.
Okay.
Really?
They're very long. And then our titles aren't really standard across the board as far as what position does what. So that may be something to kind of get everybody on the same level as to what office manager means, that kind of thing. So
Probably too, the salary. I'm guessing.
I would think so.
okay. Anything else? All right. Thank you.
Any other information to be passed for the good of the order?
No.
If not, I'll take a.
Sorry, Commissioner.
Yes.
Did you want to make a recommendation for solid waste?
We did.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
But you did it in your solid waste
In the
meeting.
solid waste meeting.
And
Sure.
then we're gonna.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, a motion to approve or give a favorable recommendation to make Dee Dee Allender, to the council because the commissioners, you're in favor of it, to pass that on to the council in the creation of a county employee position for what Dee Dee currently.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded that the commissioners give a favorable recommendation to the county council on the approval of a county job position for the current contract employee with the Solid Waste Management District, Dee Dee Allender. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
And you've got both boards making that recommendation
Yeah.
tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
So now, is there any other additional information? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second, we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I was gonna tease you and raise my finger one more time, but I thought I better not.